So I decided to apply for this candyologist job where you basically just like test different candies and chocolates and sweets, and I found it from Narcity on their Instagram page. And I was like, this job sounds perfect for me. I love chocolate, I love sweets, and yeah, so I applied for it. I didn't have a current resume made, so I started to create one. And then I decided to attend a scavenger hunt that the Newnham Recreation put together. So the first thing I had to find were highlighters, so I found some. And then the second thing that I had to find was a eraser. And then I had to find something that had Seneca on it, so I bought some sweatpants before, so I just showed that. And then they told us to find a sports jersey, hockey, basketball, whatever, and put it on. So I put on my Rondé Hollis Jefferson Raptors jersey. They had a question where you had to find sports equipment. So I found a lot. Then the next question was to find a wild animal, and I just chose a picture that my uncle drew of a squirrel. And then they asked us to find a plant, and I found my wild flower. And then they told us to dress up as an animal, so I just found my bunny ears because Easter is coming up, and I pretended I was a bunny. So it's officially February, and that means it's Black History Month. Today they have a step dance class, which is taught by Step Africa, so I'm gonna go learn some step dance.
Brothers and sisters, yes!
And then I learned some Amharic, which is language of Ethiopia. I learned how to write out my name, and I learned how to say my name is, so it's Samay Rose Yubalal. And then I attended a Black History Month talk with Candy Palmater and Lawrence Hill, who is a Canadian author. They basically talked about how we can continue the conversation and to have this conversation anywhere, and that if everybody's trying to do something to change the trajectory, then change will come. And then there was another Black History Month talk with Brandon Gonez, who is a broadcaster, a TV personality, and he is a Seneca alumni. Seneca proud. And he basically just talked about how the media is supposed to be an accurate representation of us, and it isn't. And it's a privilege to not have to ask yourself, where's your representation when you're watching movies or the news or TV shows. And then to end off Black History Month, SSF had a chef called Chef Joe, and he made a delicious meal, so I'm gonna cue music now. This is so cute. My school sent me these Seneca College face masks just for sharing why I love Seneca College so much on their Instagram. And their note is so cute. Thank you for sharing your love for Seneca. We loved hearing about your fond experiences at Seneca. We hope you're doing well. Our team is pleased to offer you a Seneca face covering. I thought I was only gonna get one too, but they gave me two. They're so nice. Your girl also got hungry, so I got some Tim Hortons. Looks like my package came. So these 3 books were in my Amazon package: Sweet Dreams Maisie, Clifford's Halloween, and The Bernstein Bears Visit Grizzlyland. So today is Pink Shirt Day, and it's a day to stand up to bullying and to end it. So there was a small presentation about why we're wearing a pink shirt. Basically, a kid in a school got bullied for wearing a pink shirt, and then some other students decided to stand up against bullying and to wear pink shirts to end bullying. And we also had Chantel Matty, trainer, design a pink shirt this year, and it's of 2 otters sharing a rock. And then we played a Kahoot game about bullying, and I won a t-shirt by her. So this week is Academic Integrity Week, and they had some courses that we can learn about this. and earn some badges. So they had two. They had one on integrity and they had another one on plagiarism and citation, and I completed both. I learned about the different academic offenses. I knew cheating was an academic offense, but I didn't really dive into it, or I didn't really know. But I learned about falsification, impersonation, cheating using a third-party source. And I learned that academic integrity values are honesty, courage, trust, responsibility, respect, and fairness. And there was a poster contest, so of course I had to enter it. You could win an iPad, some AirPods. So I drew a comic, and I'm just going to show you. I drew little Seneca Newnham, and then the little area where Seneca faculty business students usually sit around. So a girl, her phone beeps, and she gets a reminder that academic integrity quiz starts in 30 minutes. So she's like, no, I forgot I have a quiz today. What course? Ethics, it's on academic integrity. And then her friend says, I took that last semester, I can take it for you. And then she's like, won't that be cheating? And he's like, no, people do it all the time. And then the other friend is like, that's impersonation. And then she's like, why don't you help me study instead? And he's like, okay. So he teaches her the 6 fundamental values of academic integrity. And then about 1:25 p.m., thank you, I better get to class. And then she takes the quiz, and it's on academic integrity, and one of the questions is, what are the 6 fundamental values of academic integrity? And her friend taught her that before, so 1 week later, and then he asks her, how did your quiz go? And she's like, great, thank you for tutoring me. So this week is the last week before study break, so I have midterms this week, and it's also wellness week. So I decided to go to a skin tutorial, and I learned that you should also moisturize your ears while you're doing your face and everything, and to use lanolin, which is found in the baby aisle for calloused feet. I also decided to attend a studying tips little webinar, and basically they said to take breaks and to set realistic goals, to when you're memorizing, to actually write the definition in your own terms, so most likely you'll remember it better, and also to use the assignment calculator on the Seneca website to break down all the stuff that you need to know for an exam. Or you could use it for all your courses, and to kind of break down when you have to do certain things for certain assignments, or when to study for tests. There was also a little candle webinar, and they told us that lavender is for insomnia, soothing, and anxiety. Cinnamon candles are good for memorization and concentration. Rose candles are for joy, happiness, and positive vibes, and I'm not just saying that because my name is Rose. And then any citrus candle is for boosting your energy. And lastly, peppermint candles are for a peaceful ambiance, so they're good for when you're stressed. And then I attended a online learning fatigue little webinar, and they talked about how we don't see nonverbal cues anymore, so we have to fill that in, and that can take energy away from us. And then as well, to make sure that we're sitting correctly, so if we're in front of a computer and we're doing lectures, to make sure that we're sitting correctly so that we're not sitting uncomfortably for a lot of hours. And they also said, because we're home, we're doing Zoom meetings, and you don't really see the bottom half of us, or you don't see us sometimes, so we don't actually have to look presentable. During this webinar, they actually said to put on your cameras during Zoom, during lectures, during video calls of all sorts, just as a way to make sure, because you're going to be visible, to make sure that you're looking presentable, and changing out of your pajamas and dressing up a little bit always boosts your confidence, and it may give you a little bit more energy. So those are all the tips that they gave us. And then to end the week, there was a art class and they taught us how to water marble. To be honest, it didn't look that good, but it's a quick little art activity to do when you're stressed or when you just need a break. So tomorrow I have my midterm presentation and I'm a little anxious for it, even though I'm just like presenting over a computer and I'm not actually in person presenting. And I just wanted to say that study week is finally next week, and that means February is coming to an end and March is coming up. So that means my Healthy Heart Challenge is gonna end. And it was basically just a challenge that I did with the Newnham Rec, where you just keep track of how many like steps you take a day. And I actually surprised myself. Like looking at the pattern of my steps over the month, it actually surprised me, and I did hit like 2 milestones. I basically just wanted to partake in like tracking my steps because since the pandemic hit, I haven't really been like exercising, so I just wanted to like maybe increase my exercise, and I found it to be something very simple that I could just add into my day. Plus it was cool like tracking, like trying to walk more, and I really like the app. It's called Walker Tracker. And yeah, I'm gonna end the video off on that. So I guess the next time I'll see you is during study break.